So, tell us a little bit about the range you have with you today.
The range we have today is our Yarra Valley range, and then we also have our number 29 range, or one of the wines, and a Botrytis Semillon out of the Yarra Valley as well, which is just a new addition to our line.
Okay. And what's the story with the number 29?
Number 29 is only made in exceptional years when the fruit basically presents that it's at that level. So it's not necessarily going to have follow-on vintages. For example, just as we were talking about 2010 earlier and the kindness of Mother Nature, 2006 was the last time we had a number 29 range out of the Yarra Valley. And it looks like 2010 we'll get some as well. So, you know, it's been a bit of a break, and we also take fruit out of other regions, and that's where this number 29 Yea Valley wine has come from. It's about half an hour north of the Yarra Valley. But yeah, so it's only when the fruit's at that quality level.
Okay.
Yeah.
And no doubt, being the Yarra, you've got a Pinot Noir amongst your
Certainly do.
collection?
We've got Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Grigio, Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Cabernet Sauvignon. Pinot Noir being the flagship, followed by the Chardonnay, of course, being Yarra Valley. Stylistically, the wines are really fruit-driven. That's our primary focus. We want the fruit to be what people are tasting. We're not looking for big oak components to the wine. Complementary oak, yes, but not being a driving factor in the wine.
Okay, yeah. Seems to be what the consumer's looking for nowadays in a Chardonnay, isn't it?
Thankfully that's sort of been our philosophy.
Have you got there?
Grigio.
How do you find that's going?
It's interesting. People, when they taste it, quite enjoy it. But I think it's still one of those varieties people are it's an unknown, and also I think there's still confusion in the market with Pinot Grigio and Pinot Gris.
Yes.
So
maybe you can clarify a bit of that for us now.
Okay. Stylistically, we've gone down the path of Grigio because it is just fruit drive, a little bit of texture on the palate through lees contact or full solids ferments. But made very much like the Sauvignon Blanc is. So it's all just stainless steel. Gris, on the other hand, is treated more like Chardonnay. So you'll have oak fermentation potentially. It's a lot rounder, more alcohol generally. So yeah, you're getting there's more layers, I suppose, in a Gris with the oak influence. And the bigger alcohol.
But do you think the more uncomplicated style makes it the Grigio a better kind of food match? And
I do, and my wife and I drink quite a lot of that at home because it is a good food match. You're not overpowering a lot of dishes, and just through the texture on the palate, it's just a lovely food wine.
Okay. And dessert wines seem to have picked up in popularity again, haven't they, after a bit of a lull?
Yes, well, this is actually our first dessert wine, and it's only been released since February. It's going great guns. It's not a really super sweet cloying style. It's nicely balanced and finishes off. It's got a nice acid line, so it appears to almost finish dry.
Yeah.
But it's only 9% alcohol, but also has about 150 grams of residual sugar. So it is quite sweet, but the palate's just perfectly balanced. But you've got a lot of those marmalade-y characters. So all the botrytis characters coming through.
Okay, and how are you finding the impact of the out there nowadays in the market?
Yes. I think we've got two things working against us at the moment in the industry. The glut, obviously, but also the strength of the Australian dollar. It's also a tough one for us because exports have certainly slowed up. being, almost 1-to-1 with the US dollar, it's just seen the brakes put on export. The glut obviously has created a big clean skin market, where people are getting great quality wines for next to nix. So it's great for the consumer in that respect, but it does make it tough for the branded wines out there. But hopefully we'll start to see a swing with that. Water has been a big issue in 2010, just a lot of grapes left on the vine. There'll be a fairly big swing in the next couple of years, getting more into balance rather than having this huge oversupply.
Do you have a present favourite food and wine combination?
I must admit, I enjoy our Chardonnay. We've got a creamy mushroom pasta dish that we do at home, and I quite like that combination. It's not an overpowering mushroom, and just a really light cream, so it's not swimming. Yeah, and I just find that it fits well with that. I would like to drink a bit more Pinot, but my wife's not a Pinot fan, unfortunately. We do drink a lot of white at home. It's just sort of, as I say, we drink a lot of the Pinot Grigio. A lot with salads and different rice dishes that we do.
Might be a bit more red on the table with a few chilly mornings and evenings coming your way pretty soon.
Yeah, well, Cabernet and Shiraz, I'm sure, will start to break out coming into winter.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Travis.
That's all right. Thank you.